You are welcome to the Messiah Revelation Ministry. This is a prophetic ministry dedicated to the end times, and we are also awakening the Hebrews who are scattered to all the four corners of the earth. And today, our message is dedicated to the identity theft. The identity theft regarding who the true Hebrews are. The identity theft has a time limit. What do I mean by that? I'm saying that the identity theft will go on until the time of the Gentiles. Because as long as the Gentiles control the narrative, they control the instruments of power, they control technology, they control information, and they control the holy city, and they control the world. The identity theft of the Hebrew Israelite will continue until the end of the time of the Gentiles. And I'm saying this because the identity of the true Hebrew has been stolen, and you know who the true Hebrews are. I've done a lot of videos about it. The children of Jacob are still scattered over the world, but people falsely claim that they have already been gathered, and they look at the political state Israel, and they conclude that that is a fulfillment of Bible prophecy, the prophecy about the gathering of the children of Jacob. So that is one instance of misinformation, and I'm doing this video to rectify some of this misinformation. I was watching a video, and there was a presentation by someone called Amel Tafati. Amel Tafati is an Israelite, he's a Jew. He lives in Israel, and he has been doing a lot of videos regarding the Israel and the Jews. And he made a comment, and one of the comments he made is that the 144,000 people who will be sealed in the end of days are Jews. 144,000 Jews will be sealed based upon the book of Revelation. Revelation chapter 7, Revelation chapter 14, the sealing of the 144,000. Who are those? Amir Tafati is saying that the 144,000 will be Jews, and they will preach to Jews. They will preach to Israel in the end of days. Who are the members of the 144,000? I believe that the 144,000 people will be Hebrews, but they will be a different Hebrew. They will be different people all along. Their color, their skin color will be will not be the color that most people expect. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because in a vision I had that was 2012, I saw the sons of Issachar who appeared to me in a vision. And these people were Negroes. They were humble, simple people, and they were Negroes. And I woke up and I was confused because based upon my Eurocentric education in Africa, I always thought that the children of God are white people because you see white pictures in the churches. We see angels painted white. And so when I saw the sons of Issachar appearing to me in a vision in 2012, when I saw them, they are Negroes, they have dark skin, they are black men. I was surprised. And let's look at the Bible. If you look at the Bible, 12 tribes of Israel will be sealed. 12,000 people from each of the 12 tribes of Israel will be sealed in the end of this. The Bible talks about the sealing of the tribe of Issachar. 12,000 of them will be sealed. And I saw the sons of Issachar in a vision in 2012. They are black. What does it mean? It means that the sons of Issachar will be sealed and they are black people. And I will conclude that the 144,000 people who will be sealed are true Hebrews, and the true Hebrews are the Hebrews who are still scattered all over the world. So, this is my first expose on identity theft regarding who the 144,000 people will be. Emil Tafati is saying that they will be Jews, and I'm saying that when we're talking about the sealing of the 144,000, we are talking about the sealing of the true Hebrews, and the true Hebrews are still scattered over the world. And when I saw a vision about the sons of Issachar being black men, my conclusion is that the 144,000 people will also be black men. Why do I go to that extreme? I go to that extreme because in another vision that I saw on April the 5th, 2007, I saw the Messiah and John the Baptist. Both of them appeared to me in a vision, and they were black men. And they had Negroid features, and Messiah had Rasta-like hair, woolly hair, dark hair, and John the Baptist also looked the same. And so my conclusion is that the Messiah appearing to me as a black man alongside John the Baptist shows that the Messiah identity is black. And so the 144,000 Hebrews will be sealed. I believe conclusively that they are also black. When we say the true children of Jacob are still scattered over the world, I don't want any Hebrew Israelite to be complacent. Complacency is not good, and don't think that, yeah, you are the true Hebrews, you are scattered over the world, so you continue to live in sin. Don't live in sin. You are in captivity, but the captivity should not be in you. Remember your brother Daniel. Daniel was in captivity, but the captivity was not in him. He refused to eat meat offered to idols. And so I encourage you to stay away from the sins of Babylon, including the sin of homosexuality, LGBT agenda. It is not part of your culture, your Hebrew culture, your original Hebrew culture. As we prepare for the coming of the Messiah, as we prepare for the second Exodus, I want you to be well prepared. Your lifestyle should conform to the covenant that you have with the Messiah, and you should flee from Babylon. When I say flee from Babylon, I'm saying that free from the sins of Babylon, sanctify yourself. You are in captivity, but you have to remember the covenant that the Lord has with you, in the same way that your forefathers, when they were in captivity in Babylon, when they were in captivity in Assyria and in Egypt, they remembered the covenant that they had with the Most High. You are in captivity, you are in a Gentile nation, and you have to learn how to live in a Gentile nation, in a pagan culture, in a heathen nation when you are a Hebrew. Peter talked about how Christians should live in a pagan nation. Peter saw the specter of Christians living in pagan nations, living in sinful nations. And you are a Christian, and the fact that you live in a sinful nation doesn't mean that you should also commit sin. You need to sanctify yourself, you need to repent. And so, for the Hebrew Israelites, particularly those living in Babylon, America, and I encourage you not to partake of the sins of Babylon. Flee from the sins of Babylon, and your Messiah is coming. I'm very confident that the Messiah is coming, and is coming very soon. We are in the end times. America is your last captivity. Babylon, America is your last captivity. I believe you are no longer going into captivity. The end of your captivity has come. And I've already done videos when the prophet Jeremiah appeared to me regarding the gathering of the scattered who are in United States, Babylon, United States. America is your last captivity. You have gone into so many captivities. Remember your captivity in Babylon, the 70-year-old captivity. But the last captivity was very long. It was very long because the Lord decreed that this time you'll be in captivity for 400 years. And you know when the captivity started. The captivity started when you were enslaved and you were shipped into captivity. And you know this because if you read Deuteronomy 28, verse 68, you know that the Most High told your brother, your ancestor, your forefather Moses, that the children of Jacob will be shipped into captivity. They will go to Egypt again. They will go to Egypt, which is a land of bondage. Exodus 20, verse 2 regards Egypt as a land of bondage. And so in Deuteronomy 28:68, you were warned that you will be shipped into Egypt again, and you will be there. And that means that you are the true Hebrews, and don't let anybody steal your identity. You have not been gathered. And so don't worry when they say that Jews were gathered in 1948. Don't worry at all. Be cool. I'm cool. I'm cool as I'm making this video because I know what the Most High has communicated to me. Your regathering is coming, and this is based upon divine revelation. And the identity theft has a time limit. The identity theft will continue until the times of the Gentiles are up. 2023, you saw what happened 2023, October 2023, the war in Israel, Hamas attacking Israel, and Israel responded. I watched videos about it, and again, Amil Tafati is saying that the Hamas is attacking the Jews because the Jews have been restored in Israel, and so the enemies of Israel are attacking the gathered Jews, the chosen of God. I'm not sure, whether this is consistent with Bible prophecy. It is not consistent with Bible prophecy because in Isaiah 11:11, it is the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, who will gather the outcasts of Israel and the dispersed of Judah. And those who say they were gathered in 1948, they don't even believe in Yeshua. They don't believe in Jesus Christ. They don't believe in the atonement of our sins that was done by Jesus Christ, Yeshua. They don't believe in him. I don't know the percentage of people in Israel who believe in the Messiah, who believe in Jesus Christ. They believe in the Messiah, but definitely the Messiah they believe in, it is not Yeshua who died for the sins of this world. They believe in a different Messiah. They are waiting for a tribulation. They are waiting for an apocalypse to come until they believe in the Messiah. This is what the evangelicals are saying. And the Hamas crisis in Israel has actually confused so many people. It has confused so many people because they are saying the Jews were gathered in 1948 and the enemies of the Jews are responding to the gathering by attacking them. And when you hear this, if you are a Hebrew Israelite, don't be confused. Don't be confused because the true Hebrews are still scattered over the world. The time for their regathering will be the time when the Messiah will come. Moses led the gathering of your ancestors from Egypt, and this time it will be the Messiah, Yeshua, who will lead the regathering of the outcasts of Israel and the dispersed of Judah. You were in 70-year captivity in Babylon, but you are in your last captivity, 400 years of captivity. It just ended. The 400 years ended when we're talking about number of years. But the residues of your captivity are still going on. You are being surveilled, you are being monitored, you are still being subjected to residues of slavery, you are still being subjected to segregation, you are still being hated, not only in Babylon, America, but all over the world. They are still trying to suppress you, and they are talking about the spirit of Amalekites. That is a demonic spirit, and that spirit went into Haman when Haman decided to kill the Hebrews. And they are still talking about the spirit of Amalekites, and they are saying that it is that spirit that is forcing Hamas to attack Israel. And the spirit of the Amalekite spirit is a demonic spirit that is against the children of God. But you have to remember that you, the Hebrew Israelite, you are subjected to the same Amalekite spirit. That spirit leads to you are being killed, being harassed by the police, and being tortured, being lynched, even to the point that nobody will sympathize with you, and there will not be any sympathy because the spirit of Amalekite is following you. Your identity has been stolen. Your identity will be stolen until the time of the Gentiles. So you are still in captivity, even though numerically we are saying that the 400 years has come to pass, but you are still under the residue of captivity. Your identity will still be stolen, and the time will come when the people in the world, all people in the world, black and white, they will know who you are. They will know that you are the true Hebrew, you are the true Israelite. They will not be able to steal your identity anymore. They have been stealing your philosophical ideas. And when your ancestors were in Egypt, black people, they contributed to Egyptian civilization. Egyptian civilization was a black civilization, but that civilization was stolen. The so-called philosophers in Greek, they went to Africa to study. They studied under African philosophers. The greatest mathematicians were black men, including Euclid. Euclid was a Negro, a black a person, and the men who influenced the writings of the Bible, they were black men. They were the Hebrews. I was listening to videos, one by Amil Tafati from Israel, and he's saying that the Jews contributed to Judo-Christian tradition, Western civilization. What does it mean? It means that the civilization that you have in the West, that civilization is based upon Judeo-Christian principles. And when they're talking about Judeo-Christian principle, they are talking about Jews. And when they are talking about Jews, they are not talking about the Hebrews. They are not talking about the black people. They are talking about Jews as in Jews. And this is part of the identity theft. Why do I say that? I say that because when they are writing about church history, they do not include black church history. They do not talk about the contribution of Negroes in the early church, the church that emerged in Africa, the Christianity that emerged in Africa at the time when Rome was pagan, at the time that Italy was pagan, at the time that Britain was pagan, Christianity first emerged in Africa before it spread to Rome. So when you say that Western civilization is based upon Judeo-Christian principles, you should not end there. You have to go into history and see the contribution that black people and the Negroes made in early Christianity. Their identity has been stolen. I'm showing you this book, How Africa Shaped the Christian Mind. How Africa Shaped the Christian Mind, written by Thomas C. Oden. And when I bought the book, I read it, he made an important point. Christianity will not have its present vitality in the two-thirds world without the intellectual understanding that developed in Africa between 50 and 500 CE. This man is talking about how Africa shaped the Christian world. He's talking about the contribution of Africans to Christianity, and these Africans are ignored. Their contribution is wiped out. There's an identity theft, and the identity theft has a time limit. The identity theft of the Negro, the identity theft of the Hebrew Israelites will continue until the time of the Gentiles. And I just want to warn you, I'm warning you because the second Exodus is coming. The time for your gathering, you are regathering from the places where you were scattered to, the time is up, but it wouldn't be easy. And I believe that Satan and his angels will try to attack you again, and it will be a physical attack. I'm saying this because in early October 2023, in a vision, I saw in a vision shooting in black communities in America, and I don't know how to interpret that vision, but I will conclude that the enemy will still try to unleash an attack on the children of Jacob, those who are scattered over the world. They will not be happy for the identity of the Hebrews to be revealed. They will not be happy for the identity theft to be exposed. The identity theft will be exposed when the scattered of Israel and the dispersed of Judah are gathered from where they are. At that point, everybody in the world, including those who are physically blind and spiritually blind, including the blind evangelicals, they will know who the true Hebrews are. And so the identity theft of the Hebrew Israelite will still continue, but it will not continue forever. There's a time limit. It will continue. The identity theft of the Hebrew who are scattered over the world, in Babylon, America, in Jamaica, Barbados, Guam, in Nigeria, Patros, Hamath, in Kush. The identity theft will continue until the times of the Gentiles are up. In the same way that Jerusalem will be trodden by Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are up, based upon Luke chapter 21, verse 24. The stealing of the identity of the true Hebrew Israelite will continue until an appointed time. That is the time of the end of the Gentiles. Thank you. I'm leaving the links to this video in the description box. Subscribe to the channel. My email, raptureafrica@yahoo.com, small letters. Thank you for watching this video. The identity of the true Hebrew Israelites will continue until the time of the Gentiles.